We're over to the 680 Business Center. Mike Epple joins us now, and we continue to talk about the future of the Bombardier Downsview plant. We could maybe have a buyer here, Mike.
Yeah, good morning, Melanie. TD Bank has been hired by Bombardier to seek bidders for that big piece of property pretty much in the heart of the city. The Downsview property is 375 acres, 10% of which is occupied by the Bombardier Downsview plant. So Bombardier, its plan here is to shift the Downsview facility somewhere closer to Pearson, continue building Global 6000 business jets and the Q400 turboprops, even though the union, Unifor, doesn't want the plant to be moved, and then sell this massive piece of underutilized space for anywhere from $500 million to $1 billion. This, according to Bloomberg News. And again, the TD Bank's been hired to seek bidders, and already there are potential residential real estate developers lining up. It would have to be rezoned for residential. It is currently basically designated for commercial use. Facebook dealing with more questions about, trolls and data and U.S. politics, as a company called Cambridge Analytica has basically been fired from Facebook after, some say, the biggest social media data breach ever, as Cambridge Analytica reportedly garnered subscriber data, used that to potentially influence the U.S. vote back in 2016. No comment from CEO Mark Zuckerberg, but some U.S. politicians say he should appear ahead of some congressional panels to discuss social media and its influence on U.S. politics. Markets starting the trading week to the downside. Triple-digit drop for the Dow futures in the early going this morning. Wednesday, we've got a decision on U.S. interest rates, and the expectation is the U.S. Federal Reserve will be raising interest rates 0.25%, one of possibly 3 or 4 interest rate hikes this year. So markets a little bit nervous about that. Canadian dollars at its lowest level since June, hit 76 cents U.S. earlier this morning, and probably good for people coming back from trips to the States as it's gotten more expensive to buy U.S. dollars. And also today coming up, an announcement coming regarding perhaps an expansion or new fleet requirements for via rail. Transport Minister Marc Garneau set to make an announcement in Etobicoke this afternoon, and the via fleet could use an upgrade. Some of those trains have been around for 30 years or so, and we'll see if there's any dollars coming from the Canada Infrastructure Bank for that. We'll send it back to the studio.